As all eyes right now peeled at the Bombay High Court waiting for developments there, what we do know is that Salman Khan's bail plea is second on the cause list at about 11:30 a.m. is when it will come up for hearing. But directly, what we are getting to know that Salman's brothers Arbaz and has left for the Bombay High Court. Interestingly, he chose a motorcycle to travel to the Bombay High Court, apparently to not catch media attention. Well, those are the visuals of Arbaz Khan. Or what we do know, the public prosecutor Sandeep Shinde has already reached court. He is right now inside the court premises. Arbaz Khan right there would be representing Salman at the Bombay High Court. Senior counsel Amit Desai is representing Salman Khan at the Bombay High Court. It will not be Harish Salve. He's back in the national capital as he has prior engagements with the Supreme Court. I want to immediately cut across. I believe we have Ujjwal Nikam. He's a senior public prosecutor. We have him live with us, I believe, just for the next 5 minutes as he has to cut across to some prior engagement in court. Mr. Nikam, appreciate you joining us today on First Up. My question, sir, you've been closely connected with the Alistair Pereira case. A lot of people have, and the copy of the order right now, a lot of people have been making parallels with the Alistair Pereira case, citing past precedent why Salman was given 5 years. And the learned judge in the copy of the order has categorically stated that no parallels can be drawn. Mr. Nikam, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. You know, Mr. Nikam.
Yes. What is your question?
Yeah, the copy of the order which we have with us states one point where many have been making an argument in defense of Salman Khan, stating, citing past precedents, why did not Salman Khan get a 3-year term like Alistair Pereira? But that the learned judge has noted in the copy of the order, saying that no two cases can be judged on the same benchmarks.
Kindly appreciate that each case stands on its different facts. So, if you can't make as a benchmark that since in one Pereira case this much sentence has been awarded to accused and therefore this sentence is to be awarded. Ultimately, the court has to consider the conduct of the accused before the incident, during the incident and after the incident. So, taking into consideration the fact that Salman Khan's conduct after the incident, the court must have taken a very stringent view.
Right.
That is the possibility. Not only that, the Salman tried to run away from the place of the incident. He was chased. This is first thing. Secondly, he was drunk. Thirdly, that he had taken first particular defense which totally fell, and if the court has observed that he is telling lies, that is what all I can say. So you cannot say as a strict rule that in one accident case this much sentence has been awarded to this accused. So why that strategy, why that principle should not be stretched to Salman Khan? We cannot, because each case stands on its own footing, and therefore the court must have taken into consideration all the facts as well as the conduct of Salman Khan after the incident, after the accident, and whatever he has done, because the trial was also dragged for the number of years that we cannot forget. But it was dragged for about the 13 years, and the court has taken a harsher view. You may say it's a harsher view. I may say that it is a very appropriate view. One may say that it is a lenient view. Again, the perception of person to person, it varies. So what that judge in Pereira's case had decided on what facts he has taken a lenient view, so that cannot be a guideline for this particular judge who has decided Salman's case.
You know, you're a senior public prosecutor, Mr. Nikam. You've been closely associated with the Pereira case as well. The question I want to ask you is that today, come 11:30 a.m., when Salman Khan's bail plea comes up for hearing, there will be a strong defense made in favor of Salman Khan by his battery of lawyers, stating that he should get bail, the bail should be extended. What would be the prosecutor's stand in this? How can this case be argued in court that Salman today is sent to jail and not get bail?
Salman can't open the arguments at the first threshold for the bail, I must tell you, because Salman has to convince the High Court firstly as to why his appeal is to be admitted. Salman has to appear for 2 examinations today. The first examination that he has to contain as to why his appeal against the order of conviction and sentence should be admitted, and for that purpose Salman will require to convince the High Court as to how trial court has committed gross error in not appreciating evidence properly and against him. the Salman has to also convince that how trial court has committed illegality. If Salman passed this examination, first examination, then he has to appear for the second term of the examination, and that second term of the examination is Salman has to convince the High Court as to why he should be allowed to continue on bail. And for that purpose, he has to convince the High Court that though he was on the bail for about 13 years, he did not misuse the bail liberty, and he had not committed any violation or breach of the order of the bail.
Right.
And secondly, he has done much charity work. But simultaneously, the prosecution will have an equal right to oppose the admission of first appeal itself. Prosecution may say that appeal should not be admitted because he has been held guilty for the serious offense. But normally, this is my experience, first appeal against order of conviction is to be admitted. Only much debate will be on the bail. Prosecution will say that he should not be released on, or he should not be allowed to continue on the bail for simple reason. The trial was dragged for 13 years because of him. He had introduced one driver, namely Ashok Singh, at a fag end, was totally false. It means that Salman was defending for the driver for about 13 years. And thirdly, the conduct of Salman, that he never repented during the crime and even after the crime also. So repentance, and that is one of the criteria for the Salman, but of course that will not be available to him. That what prosecution will say. So charity work, whatever charity work done by Salman, that cannot be, we help him. And the lastly, that the Salman will have a one strong point in admission of the appeal, that is section 33 of the Indian Evidence Act. Because that driver, Ravindra Patil, who was the bodyguard of Salman, who had given before the magistrate, and he was cross-examined by Salman's lawyer. But after that, the prosecution applied for alteration of charge. So initially the charge was 304-A, for which the maximum punishment was 2 years. Then the prosecution urged for the addition of new charge, that is 304 part 2, that is triable by session court. And in that case, during that time, that driver, that bodyguard, police bodyguard, Ravindra Patil died. So Salman lawyer would argue in the High Court that he could not get an opportunity to cross this police guard, which in fact he should have been. But the trial court has held that in view of section 33 of the Evidence Act, if witness has given a particular fact, deposed about the fact, and substantially the same fact is before the higher court, in another court, and the witness died during that, then that evidence can be used under section 33 of the Evidence Act. So that benefit, Salman will not get it. That is what prosecution would say.
All right, so these protests there by the homeless coming at the back of the insensitive statements made by the likes of Abhijit and Farah Khan Ali there. I want to cut across to Ankit Tyagi. He's right now outside the High Court getting us the very latest, the drama, the shenanigans and the actual what is going on in terms of the High Court. He's number 2 on the cause list. Salman Khan, his brother Arbaz Khan is coming to represent him. Ankit, it's over to you. What are you witnessing around you? Get us the latest.
Well, Preeti, in fact, just a while back, when you were in fact in the studio and talking about the things that about the the merits of the case, there is a protest that has just people have gathered outside the High Court, and I will ask my camera person Vinod to try and show you. They are still outside with banners saying no bail for Salman Khan. So he'll try and pan and he'll show you that just right outside the Bombay High Court, there is a protest in fact going on here, and meanwhile, Salman Khan's sister, Alvira, who has been rock solid standing behind Salman Khan throughout this ordeal. She was the one who ran to the Bombay High Court the other day, got that order. She was the one who, in fact, came to Salman Khan, told him about this 2-day relief. She has just walked in. Salman Khan's close friend and former Congress MLA, Baba Siddiqui, is also inside. Both the public prosecutor and the defense counsel, Amit Desai, they are also inside. So the main protagonists, as far as the entire case is concerned, they are inside and just waiting. Remember, Salman Khan's case is case number 2, and at around 11:15 we are expecting the proceedings to begin as far as that case is concerned. Arbaz Khan also went inside. He drove a motorbike to reach here. all of them, in fact, Arbaz Khan walked on from the back entry of the High Court, but the sister and along with other supporters of Salman Khan, the family members, they went in right from here. And as I'm speaking, Nikhil Dwivedi, Bollywood actor, he's just walking in right beside us. He's the one who's going inside. He has also been inside the court for a long time. So he's now just gone inside. In fact, on the other day also, he stood by Salman Khan throughout the proceedings. So a lot of activity here happening at the High Court. Everybody anticipating the proceedings to begin. And what we have been told, it's not going to take long. As soon as the proceedings start, it will only be a matter of half an hour before we know what Salman Khan's fate today going to be, and whether the lawyers, those who are from his team, the defense team, those who are on standby in Supreme Court, whether they will have to spring into action as soon as the verdict, if it goes against Salman Khan.
You know, Ankit, do stay on with me. Let's get a quick comment in if we still have Mr. Nikam with us. You know, Mr. Nikam, in half an hour, we reckon that we would know what happens with Salman Khan. But as you were stating, that public charity is not going to cut any ice with the lawyer. The fact that Salman Khan has been there, he's a law-abiding citizen, as the defense states, is not going to cut any ice. The only thing on the basis with which that Salman Khan would actually get bail today, like you pointed out, is Section 33 of the Evidence Act.
See, Section 33 is a very crucial section in the Evidence Act, and Salman may try to explore the possibility of Section 33. He would say that I am being deprived of cross-examining that police constable Ravindra Patil, because initially it is a settled law that if once the charge is altered, then the accused must have a right to cross-examine that person. So Salman would argue before the High Court that since initially I was facing a charge for rash and negligent driving, only causing the death by negligent act, and for that punishment is 2 years, whereas later on subsequently I have been charged for 30 part 2, that is culpable homicide not amounting murder with knowledge, and therefore I have been charged for a serious offence. And since the Ravindra Patil is no more, he died, and therefore I was not getting an opportunity to cross-examine from the new angle. This would have been the perhaps tenable argument on behalf of Salman. But so far as the provision of law, Section 33 of the Evidence Act would say that if same fact is being decided, that is again the very matter of interpretation, either in the same fact, if witness is deposed on a particular fact, and substantially the same fact is even before in another court, then even if the witness died or incapable of giving evidence, then the first evidence, that is the fact deposed by the earlier in the trial, can be used subsequently. That is what law says. So now there are the different connotation of Section 33.
Mr.
Perhaps
Nikam,
on this count, High Court may consider.
Mr. Nikam, will ill health, Mr. Nikam, will ill health, that he has a heart condition, will that cut any ice with the judge legally?
Pardon?
The fact that he is ill, he has a heart condition, he needs to see a doctor, will that cut any ice? Will that help him getting bail extension today?
No, bail. You see, medical health, he was for shooting in Kashmir, and he came from Kashmir to Bombay, and again he attended the court hearing in the session trial. So medical ground is nothing but camouflage. So I don't think that will help him in any way.
So that goes
every
out
accused suffers, or every politician no, that won't be available.
So that goes out of the window. What about charity? That he's a good citizen, law-abiding citizen. Will that cut ice?
Charity, I can understand if you would have done the charity earlier. And if you see, if rich person, if people like Salman, and there are many peoples in the world, they make many charity, but that doesn't give any license to them to commit any offense. Otherwise, the criminal liability will go into collapse. So therefore, one has to see what type of charity, and when he was doing the charity, when he started the charity. No doubt Salman is a good human being. Absolutely, there is no doubt about it, that he is doing the very good charitable work, and I respect for all this charity work. But in the eyes of law, everybody is equal. And secondly, this charity work will not give any bonus or concession to it.
All right, Mr. Nikam, stay on with us. There's another very important point, which was understandably a debating point when the conviction, when the judgment came out, because the victims especially went on to suggest and say very openly that they don't care about a conviction, they want compensation. That has been addressed by the learned judge in the copy of the order which my colleague Ankit Tyagi has. Ankit, if you can take us through that paragraph in the copy of the order where the learned judge has stated that the sentence is the end of justice, not compensation. Can you take us through that, please?
Right. So as far as the compensation part is concerned, in fact, this was brought out, and during the arguments also of sentencing, the defense team said that they are ready to pay any sort and any amount of compensation. That was their argument. On this, the judge in the paragraph 430 of page 238 of this judgment has very clearly said. He said that as Shri Shivare, he was the defense lawyer of Salman Khan in the Sessions Court, made submission at the bar that the accused deposited rupees 19 lakh in the proceedings in the Honorable High Court way back in 2002. In my opinion, in such situation, it will not be proper to direct the accused again to pay the compensation. So the judge has very clearly said that, when the case had started in 2002, 19 lakh rupees were asked of Salman Khan as compensation to be paid to the victims. That was deposited in the High Court. So the judge has said that there is no need for more compensation. It will be unfair on the accused to be asked for more compensation at this point of time.
You know, Ankit, stay on with me, because now let's bring in Sheikh Abdullah. He's been one of the victims, and he has been stating very clearly that he wants compensation. 13 years of his life has just passed him by, and he doesn't want Salman to go to jail. He only wants money and he wants a better life. Abdullah ji, अगर आपको हमारी आवाज आ रही है, जो जज ने बोला है, जिन्होंने सलमान खान को 5 साल की सजा सुनाई है, उन्होंने बोला है कि जो 19 लाख उन्होंने जो हाई कोर्ट में जमा किए थे पहले, वो बहुत हैं. इसके बाद जो 5 साल की सजा है, वो सजा है, कॉम्पनसेशन या और मुआवजा नहीं मिलना चाहिए.
मैडम, हमारा कहने का मतलब ये है कि जो मतलब कोर्ट में जमा किए थे, वो 1 साल तक मैं घर पे था, मतलब वो दवा पानी या खाने खर्चे में मतलब ख़त्म हो गया था. और अभी भी मेरी हालत जो है मतलब वैसा ही है, मतलब ज़्यादा नहीं कमा सकता हूँ, इसलिए परेशान रहता हूँ. और जो कोर्ट ने 5 साल की जो सज़ा सुनाई है, उससे हमें मतलब कुछ मतलब नहीं निकल रहा है, यानी हमारा जो परेशानी है वो नहीं दूर हो रही है.
जी अब्दुल्ला जी, आप हमारे साथ बने रहिए. We are going to come back to Sheikh Abdullah, who once again says that it doesn't matter whether Salman goes in for 3 years or 5 years. Ultimately, what matters is that his life gets bettered, as he's been one of the victims. We're going to also come back to Nisha Jamwal. She's a columnist. She's with us as well. In the studio is Kapil Sankla. We'll be cutting across to Ankit Tyagi on ground zero. Those visuals there are of Alvira Khan. That is Salman's sister who's come to court. Ankit will be getting us the latest from there.